Hello, hello, hello. This is High Priestess Jamila. Hi, happy Maybon to all you guys out there. Just happy Tuesday. If you don't recognize or celebrate Maybon. All right, first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm High Priestess Jamila, and I am a witch, a mother, a healer, and a twin flame. And I have always felt that in my spiritual journey, I am supposed to help twin flames. And I used to do a lot of readings on twin flames, but then I stopped a few years ago. I'm actually going to pick that back up and just start focusing a lot on the twin flame thing because I think that it is something that needs to be explored from all aspects, and it needs to be something that needs to be talked about in like the real aspect of twin flames. I mean, when we think about twin flames, there's a lot of information out there actually about twin flames, a lot. And in a lot of the information, it's sort of like just kind of repeating information, but it's not really very detailed as far as what can happen and what you're supposed to do in that situation, because for a lot of people the whole twin flame uh, dynamic can destroy you and can destroy your life, okay, in a sense. So make sure that when you guys come in that you're hitting the thumbs up, um, if you don't mind. I appreciate that. I noticed that in the last discussion that I had, that was literally a movie review. When I was done with that hangout, there were like 21 dislikes and only 11 thumbs up. You can tell that a lot of those dislikes are coming from the same IP address because it cleaned them all up. So if you log in and out of accounts from the same IP address and your thumbs and down from a whole bunch of accounts, YouTube will pick that up and their bots will actually take away your thumbs down. Okay. So, also another thing is that if you're watching this channel to kind of see what's going on in my love life, if you're watching this channel because you are about the drama and it's something personal that you have against me, then you probably need to not look at this video. First of all, well, you can look at the video. What I want to say is that I am experiencing a lot of my life experiences so that I can help others. And you're not going to interfere with me helping others. Otherwise, otherwise, you know, and this is what I'm going to go over with you guys a little bit in this video is demonology. A little bit kind of going over with you the importance of us discussing this. So I know there's a lot of people with these selfish plights out there, but this has nothing to do with you personally. Okay, so because a lot of people get to flipping out, and that's probably because that demon has his finger on you. You get to flipping out like that. So I do have a new ritual available on Etsy that I wanted to present to you guys. The link is in the video description box below. And it is a healing from twin flame trauma and abuse ritual. Okay. Some people need this. A lot of people need this because in life we can run into a twin flame, which a twin flame is going to be different than just a husband or somebody that you're dating. A twin flame is going to have a spiritual connection and a very deep soul connection with the person. In fact, a twin flame is not like a soulmate. A twin flame is actually where your soul was split in half. So you're twins, but you probably were born at different times and to different mothers. But the soul resonance and energy is it gets split, is what I'm gonna go. This good Lord, this child, he is so loud. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been sitting down here for like the past 10 minutes, and I've been listening to some of the stuff that Jacob has been up there watching, and I don't like it. He's getting all that yelling and screaming from YouTubers that he's watching. You know, you'll hear grown people on there yelling and screaming, and they're doing like cartoonish stuff that probably is aimed towards kids. And, you know, so I'll be sitting down here chilling, and then all of a sudden I'll hear Jacob go, "Wah!" He just did it. So I'm going to go back in my altar room so that we don't have to. Because I swear, I don't know what. And like I can hear the subconscious programming in certain stuff. And so sometimes when somebody is going, yeah, 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 I wouldn't want my kid watching no stuff like that. And I be trying to limit I be really trying to get Jake to not watch stuff like that. It's so annoying, guys. Seriously, good Lord. The stuff that kids pick up. And you know what? Today, YouTube actually changed their age restriction policies. They actually changed their policies today on age restricting videos. So they're going through the internet trying to clean it up, you know, trying to clean up YouTube as far as all of these videos that should be age restricted. I can imagine that whatever he's watching should be age restricted, but because it's so annoying. Anyway. Okay. So I have had a hard time finding a quiet place in this house, in my own house, for like the past month. If it's not Jacob, it's the cat. If it's not the cat, it's people doing other stuff. Good Lord, when do I get time to myself? So that and literally it has been really difficult finding a quiet place, because I've got to have that quiet place. I can't always have something going on in my house. Like, even if everybody get too rowdy, I tell people to be quiet. Like, hey, it is quiet time for real. Good Lord. It's almost like something is, you know, pumping people up just so that they can use energy, 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 energy. Chill out. People, it's so weird. It's so weird. And Jacob has been especially clingy since I broke up with somebody, and it's just been terrible. It really, I don't know why he gets clingy. It's so weird. I haven't had a moment alone. Okay. So when you're dealing with a twin flame, this is your soul. This person is so connected with you. You can hear what they're thinking. You can feel what they're thinking. You have a telepathic connection with that person. You have a soul connection with that person. You have a mental, a physical, a spiritual connection with that person. And sometimes you can be twin flames that are attached to the same demon. Like, for example, you and your twin, you know, you may come from, a place where you may have had poverty or struggle in your family. And if you have had that, more than likely your family has some sort of dealings with the demon of poverty. So if your twin flame has had those struggles, then you may have the same exact struggles because you mirror each other. Okay. Yeah, well, Jacob is 7 years old. He's big, he's long, he's tall. He's been wanting to sleep in my bed lately instead of his own bed. And I don't like Cole sleeping with kids that old. He's too old. Go in your room. A 3-year-old is small. A 7-year-old, and I haven't slept good either the past month either, because he's coming in my room at night, or either he's in the bed, which is something that's weird. I don't know if there's some sort of spirit that's telling Jacob to hover over me. I don't know. It's driving me crazy though, because I'm not that type of, I can't, even with a twin flame, I don't want them up in my damn face all day. I gotta have some damn time to myself. I'm sorry. Like a couple of minutes. Yeah, and you know what is happening with those babies, Emma? You know what's happening with those babies? A demon is feeding off of them. So that's why twin flames have to know what's going on instead of one twin being very spiritually aware and the other one being completely blank, or either ignoring or, oh, you're crazy. Okay, well, how did we get here then? Why are we connected then? Why are we going through this then? It's just all my fault. So, twin flame relationships can be very traumatic, especially if it leads to any sort of romantic place and your twin flame rejects you for whatever reason, maybe because they already have things going on in their life. It is the worst pain imaginable. I don't care if you have been traumatized and hurt by a relationship previously in the past. There is no greater pain than being hurt, rejected, or left behind by your twin flame. It literally makes you feel like you're dying. Like at that moment, it feels like your heart could explode. And I think some people it does. Some people, they do die from it, of a broken heart. It is the worst thing because that person is almost like that person completes you. And then all of a sudden, when they're not there anymore, it's complete trauma. It is. And, however way they spin it, for as far as them running, I don't think that twin flames are supposed to run after the union, but evidently they do. And it's extremely traumatizing. Okay. And you got people in society that are normies. They don't understand what's happening spiritually. They don't. They don't understand what is happening to you spiritually at that moment. Because guess what? A lot of twin flames are divine couples that have a spiritual path together. And being that so many people are taught religion, and it's not going to happen. None of these twin flames are going to be able to get a majority of people, whether or not male or female. They're not going to get people to turn away from their spiritual path. So that's why there's always war. Because sometimes in a twin flame relationship, they are not on the same level spiritually and they're not seeing things. So what can happen is that one twin can end up fighting a very, very horrific spiritual battle by themselves that has to do with the both of them. Okay. And one of them is saying, oh, I'm not fighting any spiritual battle. And it don't have nothing to do with YouTube. Okay. Please don't think that I'm talking about people coming on YouTube talking crazy to each other. I'm talking about the inner spiritual battle that is happening. And the fact that in a lot of cases with the twins, they are tied to a demon. They are tied to a demon. Both of them are chained to a demon. And the demon has done that purposely, which is why this is a divine couple that is meant to fight a spiritual battle together. You've got so many people that are willing to just deny it, I guess, because of extreme laziness and apathy. Laziness and apathy would be what would happen with that situation. And regardless to whether or not the twins are together or not, which it's best for them to be together, it's best for them to be together or either in a good place with each other. If you're not together on a romantic capacity and it is your twin flame, beefing with them, hating them is not going to do you any good. In fact, it'll make it worse, because even though your twin you're still fighting that battle whether or not you're with them or not. So why not have somebody to help you that understands? But many people are afraid of it. Right. Jules is right. A lot of karmics are trying to hold on to the flame to block the union too. That is where a lot of the issue comes from, is when people that are karmically connected to the twins don't want to let the union go down, but it has to. It has to. No matter how hard that you fight it. And it's sad because, but the problem is that from what I've observed out of a lot of, Jules, I do a lot of readings for twin flames, people asking about their twin flames. And in a lot of the cases, the karmics ain't even no good. They don't even really love that person. They don't even really, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really nothing there. It's just, they're just holding them just to be holding them, just because they can for whatever reason, which was why I was talking about the baby daddy, baby mama paradigm. My baby daddy cannot keep me from my twin flame. Just like his baby mama, me, would not even try. I had my ex hating on my spiritual journey as well as my pursuit of love for like over 20 years. Okay, I had him doing that and it was messed up because you can't tell somebody it's horrible. It's horrible. They do. They hold them hostage. And the issue is that the twins are happiest together when they're with together. When they are together, that's where they feel safe. That's where they feel happy. They feel like they're where they're supposed to be. Imagine, being in love with your twin flame romantically and that person gets snatched away from you. Not to mention the obstacles. Twin flames think they can say whatever they want to say to each other. And it's okay. It's why, if you notice, twin flames can treat each other really, really bad. They can be quite abusive to each other. And so when your twin hates you, that means that they hate the mirror that they're looking at, because you're going to make them face themselves. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make them face themselves, and you're going to make them face the truth. And if anything, you're doing it because you're helping them. You're doing it because you're healing them, but they are resistant. If they are resistant, it's horrible, and then it leads to feeling unappreciated, and it just makes no sense. So, and sometimes it can take years and years. There's people whose twin flame has died. I truly believe that twins do have the power to kill each other. They have the power to kill each other just with their emotional telepathic messages alone. And I think that has happened. I think that people have lost their twin flame and probably was very hurt, angry. I've actually had people that I've done readings for to where they lost their twin flame and they've never recovered from it. And many of them just want to die just to be with them. I have had people tell me that they didn't even realize that that person was their twin until they died, and that they just realized that a lot of times they think about, if I were dead, would it be better? Because at least I'd be with my twin. So this shit is very deep, and people can say, oh, well, people can say whatever they want to say, but I think at the very least, like, if you have a twin flame dynamic or a spiritual journey, you can't be concerned about what people think. Right, exactly, Jules. Which is why we're talking about this on Maybon, and I decided to come up with this new healing ritual. Um, and I think that it will help people, because I think that pain is like unimaginable. You can even imagine the pain that people have suffered because of the loss of their twin. It's horrible. People should not laugh at that, and they shouldn't. That's something that you shouldn't be Like, you really need to know how deep it is, because I think that that will determine everybody else, because it seems like everybody else just acts like assholes. But it's like, if you only knew what the fuck people are actually going through. Like, trust me, I know. Okay. Because you see twin flames, you see videos of them. There's actually a twin flame couple that I'm subscribed to, and a lot of them are in a really, really good place. But there's a lot of twins out there that are in turmoil, demons holding them in bondage, um, all sorts of stuff, not being accepted by your twin for whatever reason, because they have some sort of stupid, worldly, fake, false view. So they don't accept you, and then also them not accepting your spiritual journey and them not understanding you spiritually. And that's why I said that, from my perspective, religions are unnatural. And from my perspective. So looking at it, and putting things into perspective, this is one of the main things. I can imagine that my twin flame would probably have to be a witch. Okay. But if it were a male witch, of course, I feel that it would be male, because I enjoy sex with men too much. So it would make sense for my twin flame to be a male. And but what if that person was indoctrinated in religion, like hardcore, and this person came to you and said, well, I can't be with you, because you're a witch and I'm this. And it's like, well, first of all, that's made up. That's a made up, man-made religion. So, technically, if I'm a witch, you a witch too. You just a male witch. Okay. Did you see my ritual on there, Jules? So I priced it at 777, because of the number 7, um, and what they mean, or whatever it means to you, because I know I've been seeing sevens a lot. Hey, Brianna. Okay, you said it really is. It's horrible. It feels like the world has crumbled around you. It's horrible. It's very difficult to pick yourself up. Basically, what's happening at that moment is bad juju, bad luck. The demon is attacking at that time. Imagine your twin flame abandoning you. Imagine how it would feel to not only have a physical battle, you're emotionally upset and distraught, but then you're also being stuck to fight a spiritual battle by yourself with no support. Your twin all off screwing other people, because he thinks that to be a man you have to screw a bunch of people. Okay. um and just imagine going through that. Or if your twin flame is a narcissist, it's a possibility that some of y'all could have a twin flame that's a narc. Just like luck of the draw. In my opinion, I think that you can turn any situation around into a positive situation. Okay. But I think that it takes asking. I don't think that this stuff is just done. Like, look at some of our parents. Some of our parents were twin flames, and look at how they are. On drugs, alcohol addicted, crazy, narcissistic, evil. How do you think they got that way? Through that demon. The demon split our parents. Some of our parents were twin flames, and they got split apart for whatever reason. It's just, and so like, it's obvious that this is what's going on, and you can't just go and replace your twin flame. How do you replace them? What the fuck does that even mean? Like, what is that? Oh, I'm just gonna go and replace you next week. There's no fucking way that that is possible, unless it's being forced upon you to where you feel like you have to do something real quick to fulfill what you've lost because they're now gone. Well, I would say this is that you don't necessarily have to be with your twin flame to be happy. You don't. In fact, a lot of you guys have been in this world for quite some time before you ever even knew that this person existed, and you did fine. So it is an experience that does change you forever, but you don't have to let it change you for the worse. Okay, there is a divine message in that whole experience. And I think that a lot of people miss it. Now, Saint Raphael, who is a healer, has been speaking to me all summer. Now we're in the fall. And so he was wondering why I don't offer a healing ritual on Etsy. He was like, well, why don't you have any healing rituals, you know? And so I think that this would be a good one. So because I've been so super duper busy with other stuff, you know, I haven't went off of my path. I just kind of think that I was sort of ignoring Saint Raphael when he was like, okay, we need to do some healing. We need to offer your healing services right now because you're going through a healing. And so it would make sense for you to be talking about healing, you know. And so I have been, but then I kind of ended up getting kind of sidetracked. And a lot of my healing energy started going towards, especially with the whole COVID thing, the COVID-19 things, which I believe is a heart chakra healing phase, mass ritual is what I think it is. It's all a ritual. Okay. Today, for some reason, I noticed that wasn't too many people wearing their masks today. That's so weird. So people are kind of like coming up out of that, but I still wore mine, you know, because I don't want nothing flying into my mouth. You know, so anyway, it's not funny, you know, especially for those that feel sick from corona or, you know. So I created the ritual because, you know, it's better that, well, what I will tell you is that if your twin flame puts it all off on you, I've seen people curse their twin flames, but cursing them sometimes affects you negatively, which is the bad part about your twin flame, is that if you curse them since you're connected and you've been connected to them your whole life and you didn't even really know it, when you think back and you look at your twin flame, a lot of the stuff that they went through was affecting you, and it was definitely synchronized to where at times that they were going through something, you were going through something as well, and it just depends on what it was that they were going through. So today we're definitely focusing on that, which is why I've been kind of trying to relax and get a freaking quiet place. Good Lord. um so I think that meditation is definitely important as well, is, you know, meditating. And, you know, also, you know, taking care of yourself as far as relaxing, not putting yourself through anything, you know, just kind of saying, you know what, I got to take some time for myself because this sucks. Eventually you will heal from the situation. But I also think that people need to realize that if you have a twin flame that you're not watching, feeding, if you have a twin flame like that, you have to put up protection against them and against their negative shit that they decide to be a part of. It sucks. It's unfair that because your twin decides to involve themselves with negativity, that you have to be affected. Hey, Bob Habi. Hey. So And you know what the crazy part about it is that it doesn't really matter, how messed up the twin flame relationship is. It's just that as long as you have them there with you, it's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, but you know what? You're right here and I can watch you. So 9 times out of 10, I know that you're not going to go out there and do nothing stupid because I'm feeding and watching you. So that's difficult within itself because I don't care who you are. If your twin flame is going through something, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel their pain. Like if they get upset about something, you're going to feel it. If they're upset, when you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel that. You're going to be able to pick up on how they're feeling. I've been better, vibe Javi. I've been better, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm about to go get me something to eat. Is what I'm about to do in a second here, because I'm not going to do any Maybon related stuff like as far as my altar until later on this evening. Is this sun? I just want to kind of go lay down. Then I'm waiting on a package, and so I have a haul video to do a little bit later. So hey, Leslie. Yeah, it's a weird feeling because it's not even that they're watching you. It's just that they can see you and they can feel you. So you do kind of feel like you're being watched because of the fact that you're so connected with that person. And then it could have something to do with the energies around them. If they're paranoid, you might be paranoid. But a lot of times the twins won't be synchronized with each other. Like spirit will kick in and be like, you tripping, spirit, but they're not gonna listen to you. They're not gonna listen to you. You have to give. That's why, like sometimes when I throw the cards for y'all will be like, "What am I gonna do?" I feel like I can't breathe. You feel like you can't breathe. That's how you feel. I can't breathe. Okay. And so you're wondering, what am I going to do if it's impossible for that person to be with you, like for whatever reason? Then you're going to have to heal yourself. You're going to have to heal. And because it's almost like the cord is being cut. And so you're cutting the cord from whatever is cutting the cord because and it's painful when that cord gets cut. Can I know what the spirit guides want me to know? I'm Taurus, Moon, Leo, Sun, and Sagittarius. Oh, guys, you know what? I haven't been feeling like doing any readings lately. You want me to throw some cards for you? Okay, I'll do it, but I have to go to the restroom real quick. I have to go to the little girl's room. Jules' mind isn't speaking with me currently, but I know he is watching my social media. Yeah, and you can feel when they're angry. You can feel when they're sad. You can feel when they're mad. You can feel when they want you to die, because all of a sudden it just, I want you to die. I want you to suffer. And it's like, really? Yeah, you can feel all of that. It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling, especially when you truly love them. That's like very traumatizing and confusing. It's almost as traumatizing as a child that loves his mother and the mother beats him and rejects them and just, treats them bad. It's the same, equivalent to the same thing. So, but if you guys want to talk to me about that ritual, and what it entails, you guys can contact me for a consultation either by going to Etsy, visiting my Etsy shop, or either cash apping me at $psychicjamila, because I'm going to start really, really focusing on twin flame stuff, a lot. And when I first started this channel, I actually did a lot of focus on twin flame, and that's where a lot of my views came in. If you go look at a lot of my videos, it's a lot of twin flame videos. They have a lot of views, so I'm gonna start going and gearing towards that direction with it. So you guys can contact me, or y'all having a good Maybon. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick, and I'm gonna mute. No, I can just close the doors. Bathrooms all the way in the other room. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm back. And for some reason, I must have took all of my cards upstairs. In this deck that I have, this Dark Angels deck, it's on my nerve. I do have that Dark Angels deck, it's on my nerve. But it's probably because I need to use it more often. I actually like it, but I just, that's the only one that I have down here with me. So I'm gonna tell you who the race of people that are having the worst trouble with twin flames is Black twin flames. Imagine having a twin, you Black, he Black, but he rejects you because you're not light skinned enough, or because he dates a certain race. Imagine how that feels. Okay. And you know that you're twin flames, but that person is just like, well, the world says that I should be with somebody light skinned with long hair. Imagine the pain and suffering that you would experience. So there's many, many different stories, and especially with a lot of the Black self-hatred, we've got African American people that are just going around calling Black people ugly just because they hate themselves and they hate their life. That is happening. That's sad. So imagine that just being very inappropriate. I can just imagine how horrible that would be. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't care because most people are very selfish. So that's really bad when it comes to Black people. It's terrible how the self-hatred is. See, that's not normal either. For a dark-skinned Black man to look at a dark-skinned Black woman and say, ugh, you ugly. And he looked just like her. So if that's your twin, imagine that being your damn twin, and y'all probably even look alike in some kind of way. And this person is looking at you as the mirror and saying you ugly and he don't like you. Or she may say that to you, ugh, you ugly, I don't like you. That can be very painful. It happens though, you know, and people have been damaged for years, because of that happening. Hey, I'm still dealing with the aftermath of it, to be honest with you. Many of us are still dealing with the aftermath of it. And some of you, you're just never with them. You know, you may have an experience with them for a little while and then you break up and then you never get back together. And a lot of people will carry that bitterness in their heart. And I don't think you're supposed to. I think that, especially if that happens to you, there's obviously a spiritual pathway that is being opened. So sometimes your twin is meant to guide you spiritually. And so in this world, we got like it's a lot of female healers that are witches, and these men are like, ooh, witches, ooh, you're evil, you're ugly, at some point, something's gonna have to give, because there's a lot of people in this lifetime, they just gonna be screwed, and their children are gonna be screwed in the next life too. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are, because first of all, I know that my twin is an excellent money manifester. And that it's not just money, it's healing energy that you're creating, which is why if you guys do have a twin and y'all done made all this wonderful, beautiful love and you got the vultures that's coming to feed off that energy, take that energy back. There's people that want to feed off of twin flame love and sexual energy. They do. They want to feed off of it. They will obviously be trying to feed off of it. So for me personally, I take all my energy back. Thank God that I'm a witch, because I'm able to take whatever the hell I need and do whatever the hell I need. Because sometimes your twin just may lay down and be like, just consume me. And, you as a woman, you need more as a woman. So if he letting people consume you and consume the relationship, then what do you think is going to happen? So that's why a lot of y'all, you're in a spiritual battle with your twin. Do not ever do death magic on your twin, because both of you could die at the same time. So you need to be careful. I've seen people do that stupid stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't know why you did that. And imagine if so the demon is trying to stop you from having a child together too. Imagine a twin flame couple and the baby that they would have probably, depending on who you are, probably have spiritual gifts, probably be very powerful child. And so the powers that be, they want to try to stop that for some reason. These are things that, are hidden, but are obvious when you look at the situation, because many of you that come to me are a partner to a twin flame situation. And many of you, your health has been affected. And even some of you, your fertility, your sexual energy is being messed with, because if you and your twin use your sexual energy for your purpose, then something else is not being fed. Something else is not being fed at that moment. And, that's a no-no. So many people are going to fight you on that, which is why whenever you're in a twin flame relationship, people are trying to break you up. Okay. Thank you, Leslie. How you doing? Yeah, they definitely don't want certain folks being in power. Or for me personally, I don't want to be in power to where I'm hurting people. I just want to get mine and live my life and be happy. So a lot of y'all, like, we've seen way too many twin flame couples abuse their power also. So there's a lot of thought process that needs to go along with that, and reevaluation and change. You know, in order for you and your twin to be together, you're going to have to change. They're going to have to change and you're going to have to change. But I think that mainly if you are already on a divine spiritual path, just like Jamila, if you're already on that path, then you're already going in the correct direction. You're already going in the correct direction if you are on a spiritual path of enlightenment and liberation. So, you know, and if your twin flame is deterring you from that path, you have to walk away from them sometimes. Now, I think that personally, I mean, I had to do that, you know what I'm saying? But but here's the thing about it is that sometimes people I've seen people look at their twin flame as if they are evil or the devil, and then they'll bring the devil out of them. You'll bring that out of that person because you're constantly, you know, putting them at the bottom when they should be at the top of your priority list. Because that is you, that is your soul. You should not do that. And you know, you can't really get through to them by just saying that. All you can do is work on yourself. I mean, that I think that that's the one thing that witches have talked about is whether or not you can change a man, and then you know what I'm saying, or if a man can change a woman. It's usually the other way around. But I think that if you are a woman trying to change a man, that's going to be very difficult. But they won't take it as a blessing, Jules. They'll take it because they'll either be jealous, you know, they'll be upset, they'll be envious. And I think that people should just stop fighting it. I think that people should stop trying. First of all, people need to stop trying to fuck with people's love life, period. I have like Thursday, Friday, guys, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that were doing work to cloak people in isolation. That is ridiculous. It like these people. So I personally think that there's definitely a karmic hell where those people are going to. So, you know, you're welcome. You're welcome. So if you guys, I'm going to get out of here because it's been about 48 minutes. If you guys want to speak more about this, or if you're going through twin flame trauma or abuse, yes, there is a such thing as twin flame abuse. Okay, if your twin flame is self-destructive, what are they going to do? They're going to try to destroy you. If your twin flame is in a bad place, sad, depressed, what is going to happen? They're going to transfer and project that energy onto you. And only you. You're the only one. So, you know, I guess you're supposed to feel special, but in reality, it's one of the hardest things to deal with. And so transmutation is very important because, you know, the value is there in that union, but we've been taught otherwise. We've been taught against that. It's very traumatizing to not be accepted or loved by somebody that you should be. So you guys know where I'm at if you need me. I am I doing readings today? I don't know. I might do some readings today. Emma says you can feel it in your solar plexus every few days to every 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that like if you can what it does is it affects the heart, and the heart and the solar plexus are so close together because it, you know, when you are not with them in some kind of union, you do feel more insecure, you do feel less secure. So building that security is important because we don't live in that kind of world to where, you know, you can lay down and sit down for a few weeks. I know that for me, I have to keep on going. I don't have time to sit there and lay down and cry for 3 months. I can't see no reason why I would need to do that anyway. I would have no reason to sit and lay down and be sad and depressed for 2 months. There would never be any reason for me to do that. If I did that, it would probably be somebody's black magic. So I don't have time to do that. I wouldn't even want that. I appreciate my life way too much. There would be no way that I could ever do that. But it does happen. And so a lot of you guys can recover quicker than that. And usually if you have a twin that's doing off the wall stuff, it's usually an outside karmic that has something to do with it. Because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, why would you do that? And then sometimes it could be witchcraft. It just depends on what you're dealing with. You just have to have a consultation. Okay. So you guys definitely can reach out to me for a consultation. I am definitely here. I feel like my throat chakra is healing or something. It's so weird because my throat has been doing weird stuff. And then all of a sudden, these trust issues have been coming up. And I'm like, well, I don't have trust issues. That's one of the reasons why, I can invite a snake into my house. In fact, my son wants a pet snake. So I don't have trust issues. On a higher level, I'm very trusting in God and my spirits and spirit guides. Okay. But people with trust issues typically do have a very narrow point of view when it comes to their spirituality, and they're not exploring it. They're exploring everything else. They're distracted. You have to get in alignment with spirit. So many of us, that is the message to the twin. It's not for you to hate your twin flame. Like, what is that? That doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. You're very welcome. And I will see y'all later. Okay, I'm about to go get me something to eat. Love and light. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up because there's certain, and you know what, guys? This is what I want to say. I'm going to be talking a lot about twin flames. If you want to come over here and thumbs down the video, you're more than welcome to do that. But we're not going to stop talking about this discussion, this subject. I started on my twin flame journey in 2015, and I'm not going to stop because of somebody else and their problems that have nothing to do with me. So, you can sit up here and think, oh, she's talking about so-and-so and I'm going to get mad. Hey, you know what? Hey, God bless you. Okay. This is my path and I have to help others with the wisdom that I have. Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful day. Love and light.